Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Also, my consultant website, waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us. Today, I have a list of all of the 35 Bring Back My bars from January of 2022. I have the 25 that are available to everyone, and then I have the 10 on my list. Most of them I have here in person to review that are club exclusive. So let's get started. The list that I have includes thoughts about just different qualities of the bars and, my favorite, my award for the absolute worst bar that I've honestly ever smelled ever from Scentsy, and everything in between. So let's get rolling. First off would be coconut cotton. Now I don't have the bar physically with me because when I did my orders on January 1st, there were so many different things that went in so many different orders that I put it in my every 2-month club, and it'll be here at the end of the month, and so will Hendrix. I apologize for that. So I know though that coconut cotton has a laundry quality and a sandalwood and kind of a freshness, and then the coconut. Personally, I didn't care for it that much, but my daughter really wanted another bar, and I wonder if trying it a couple years later, if it will grow on me. So coconut cotton is one that if you like laundry or you like fresh, you might really want to order that. Casting spells. Now here is the award for the worst bar in the bunch. I couldn't do it. I put it in the warmer. First I smelled kind of a jumping jelly bean quality, then I got roasted pear, and then the base notes kicked in. It got funky, it got really unpleasant to me, and nothing that I tried to mix with it cured it. Honestly, this is the only bar I've ever smelled from Scentsy where I wonder how this thing got past a test phase. I did not find it at all enjoyable. And right up next to this would be Gone Campin', and then Weathered Leather. All of those I just can't do. But unfortunately, I think this gets the award for worst Scentsy bar ever. Then we're gonna go to Cherry Limeade, which is much better. All the rest of these, definitely it's a preference thing, but all of them are good. It just depends on your preference. So Cherry Limeade, I have melted this in the past. It's nice and strong. It's nice and zesty. It's got the cherry and the key lime. It's really balanced, and it's a real good, strong throw. So for me, I might want to mix this with something, maybe like a cocoa lime. I don't know if it will just smash the cocoa lime into oblivion or if it would be good, but I think I'm going to try that because I have a lot left, and this is actually an older issue of Bring Back My bar from a couple years ago, and it's still kicking around in my closet, so I need to do something with it. Okay, Pink Haze. The clam for Pink Haze is MIA. I think it's in my daughter's room, can't find it. It's wonderful. It's got marshmallow fondant and nectarine and just like berries, and it's yummy. It's very gentle though. Doesn't throw super strong. Usually we just relegate it to the bedroom, but it's really good. Shimmer. This is the first time I've personally gotten to melt shimmer. I think when I started with Scentsy it was available, but it just didn't seem to interest me from the description. And then of course when it goes away and you hear people say, oh, remember when we had shimmer, then you want to try it. So I finally got to try it, put it in my bedroom. It's lovely, very soft. It's got cherries and musk and I think apricot. It's so good. I think it's gotten a little bit more perfumey as it's been sitting around the house for a few days. The throw's not fantastic though, so I would not put this in a large space. That I clubbed so that I can get a couple more bars. Sugar. Sugar is probably the strongest of the three, Shimmer, Sugar, and Pink Haze. So this one is a classic. It comes back a lot and Bring Back My bar. It's cotton candy and lemon drops. It's just really nice. It's sweet, but not in a way that is off-putting or cloying. It's an excellent bar. I didn't put it in my club because we have a couple more bars besides this one as backup. Boho. Now, Boho was at the top of my, I really want to smell it, because I may have had a bar a long time ago, but not in recent memory so that I could really tell you what I thought of it. So it ended up being really quite nice. It is a very interesting formula. It's definitely got apple and plum, tiny bit of spice, and oddly enough, when I melted it, there were moments where I thought, is there lilac? Obviously it's not in the notes and that's not what they were going for, but lilac, like a perfumey purple scent comes out of this. The apple and the plum, they definitely meld together. I couldn't tell you that it's apple heavy or that it's plum heavy. It's intriguing. I left it in my club. I probably will get 1 or 2 more bars. I have 1.5. I ordered 2 of them to start with. And it's definitely one I'm glad came back so that I could experience it. So boho is one I would encourage you to try if you like anything that has to do with apples or just sort of a mid-level, happy in the home, almost potpourri-ish performer. Just really nice. Okay, Huckleberry Sage I don't have on me, but I've melted it in the past. It is kind of light. It's got the huckleberry, the cranberry, and the sage. It's definitely a fan favorite of a lot of different people, and we have some consultants that really champion it. So if you like that kind of a blend, I would definitely go for it. If there hadn't been so many new things, I would have ordered another bar to try it again, so it's definitely not bad. It just wasn't high on my priority list to melt because I've already done so. Okay, Huckleberry and Clementine. Huckleberry and Clementine was my happiest pleasant surprise because a lot of people said that the strawberry vine in this was going to make it yucky. Didn't happen to me. I melted it for a long time and it never turned in a way that I disliked. So I would highly recommend this. I'm a 1 bar in my club kind of a girl. I have 2 bars of this coming for the next round because I really want enough to melt this liberally. Really, really good. So it's got the huckleberry note and you do get the clementine orange note. So the 2 of those are kind of jammy. And then if you add the strawberry vine, it freshens it up. And I think why I like it is it makes it feel very truly summery. And it was just really good. Okay, salted caramel cupcake. Salted caramel cupcake is an excellent bakery bar. And it's really the only bakery bar that's in the top 25, but then there are a couple more that are going to be in the other 10. And of the 3, I think this one's the strongest performer. It's got your caramel, it's got your salt. Those 2 notes come first. Then you get a little bit of the cupcake and you get the cocoa. And so it just blends so nicely. And as a bakery bar, and especially trying to do something caramely, which usually just kind of dies, this is very good and it has some longevity. So I highly recommend that one. Okay, Simply Vanilla. Now, if Casting Spells got award for worst bar in the bunch and possibly worst bar ever, Simply Vanilla is a total classic. And after not having a fresh bar to melt in a long time, when I melted this, it was so pleasant. I give it the award for best bar in the group of all 35. And the reason is because I don't think that it's a niche smell. Unless you really don't like vanilla, I think this has incredible appeal across different people's preferences. It doesn't smell as great in the clam as it does melting, I will say that. But when you melt this, it is just fantastic and lovely. So fantastic. Thank you, Scentsy, for making and bringing back, and everybody voting back, the Simply Vanilla. It is a top bar for me. Okay, ooh, Mandarin Moon. Now, Mandarin Moon is another one that I've heard all sorts of squawk about for years. And everybody's always comparing anything else that comes back with oranges and spice to, oh, Mandarin Moon was better. Oh, Mandarin Moon was wonderful. This is kind of like Mandarin Moon. Mandarin Moon's great. It's balanced. It has the mandarin, it has the spices, and it has sort of a soft, warm quality that almost makes you think of bakery, but not quite. So I would definitely highly recommend that you try this if you like either spice or oranges or both before it's gone. I'm putting this one in my club. All right, now right on the heels of that is the other one, Spiced Orange Harvest. And there's been a lot of comparison. There are some great videos out. You can just, Google spiced orange comparisons. And another lady that I enjoy listening to actually did a battle on these. Great video, Robin H. These are they're very similar, but the Spiced Orange Harvest is definitely more orange heavy. I didn't particularly care for it. And I did a little bit of digging on background of the age of some of these formulas. So boho, I could only find it back to 2014. It might be older than that, but that's when I could find it. Huckleberry and Clementine came out as a scent of the month in 2017. Midnight Fig is from 2013, but this one, Spiced Orange Harvest, which for me was just, it was okay. It's all the way back to 2007. And what I wanted to say about that, my thoughts, were that every decade, things change. Even scent has trends. So I wonder if the formula for a 2007 spice and orange bar would differ quite a bit from now, and Mandarin Moon is made somewhere in the middle of those as far as when that came out. So just keep in mind that some of these bars that we have had the privilege of smelling this month, they have old formulas. Oats and Honey is 2011. Hendrix is 2011. I couldn't get all of them because looking at old catalogs is very confusing on the internet because they chop them up and then you only get half of this and half of that sometimes. But it's a privilege also that we can experience history with Scentsy. We can go back and smell things that they produced when they were a much smaller company or when they were, changing how they were doing things. And that's what makes Bring Back My Bar so cool. So the next one after that is going to be Maui Mist. And this one, I don't know, maybe somewhere between 2010, 2012, I think is when this one came out. I couldn't find a definite. So Maui Mist is really, really nice. It has the rose, and this one has lilac for real. I'm not just thinking that I smell it. It has vanilla. It's got your incensey wood, like a real soft smoky, not incense like Christmas incense, but just this beautiful mixture. And then when you melt it, it lingers a long time. It's not super high level performer, but it is a really pleasant lingerer. So I think that if you like anything that has to do with floral and the woodsiness, it is a weird combo. But if you like either of those, I think it would satisfy you. And then there's that little bit of vanilla. I put this in my club. Great bar. Very unique. Okay. Then there are bars that I have had in the past besides Huckleberry Sage. Ambrosia, had a bar or two of that. Now that was from a very old garage sale find that my mom had, so I would think that maybe the quality wasn't that great. It reminded me of the red marker from the fruit pack in the 1980s. I did not care for that. Banana nut bread. I like banana nut bread. My daughter does not, so she's asked me to please not melt it. For some reason it bothers her. But when I had that bar, I usually would put vanilla bean buttercream with it, and it was just really pleasant. Blue raspberry ice. If you like icy popsicle frosty scents, really good. Good for the middle of the summer when it's hot outside. Blueberry Rush. Personally, Blueberry Rush is not something that I love, but many people do, and it definitely has blueberry. Not like a nice bakery blueberry, but sort of like a tart blueberry, and then I think there's cranberry and pomegranate and stuff in it, so, it's a fan favorite, not one I really like. Cherry Almond Pie. That one's super strong. It's bakery in the sense that it smells like ingredients for bakery, but it doesn't have that nice rounded cooked quality of, say, your sweet plum pastry, or here's a little spoiler, even the newest one that's going to be pink rhubarb sugar. We'll talk about that in another video before the end of the month, but there are qualities in those that I don't get out of cherry almond pie, so even though it's really strong, I just don't care for it. Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm gave me a headache. Now, for other people, it might be fine. It's nice and sharp. It's very strong. It's very fresh. And, it feels like when you melt that you just open the window and a thunderstorm passed by. That's why they named it that. So then we have ones I've never melted, never smelled. Banana Berry, Bananarama, Bubblegum, and Grape Granita. Grape Granita, one of my fellow YouTubers said it's like grapes and flowers in your house. So if that's what you'll like, go get some. Bubblegum, that one seems to be nostalgic. I heard a couple of reviewers, they dragged their husbands into the Bring Back My Bar, and one of the men really responded well to the nostalgic quality of bubblegum, like he's back at the ballpark as a kid. All right, Bananarama. That one, I know I don't want to smell it because I'm not a banana Laffy Taffy person. That seems to be what it's all about. And then Banana Berry, I get the feeling from other people that Banana Berry is excellent if you like banana and strawberry, but that the performance isn't super strong. So I think that that's all of the top 25. And as I said, I think the most excellent bar is Simply Vanilla, and the one that I would not recommend to anybody is Casting Spells. Okay, now we will go to the 10 that are club. And I still have Midnight Fig sitting here. I'm thinking I must have skipped over this. Forgive me if I do Midnight Fig twice. I loved Midnight Fig. Oh my goodness. It's just figs. And we've had a lot of different bars where you have a new release that comes out and you're all excited because you think you're gonna get fig. And I think the one that disappointed me the most was, I think it was called Fiddly Fig. It was green. And there was just too much other sharpness that squashed the fig. And this is fig. You don't need a lot of this, but I am clubbing it because I've always wanted a good fig scent from Scentsy. So, it's just so good if you like fig. All right, now the top 10 of the club exclusives. Toffee Butter Crunch. Toffee Butter Crunch is so good. It's got vanilla, it's got toffee, it's got candied walnuts. Similar to the salted caramel cupcake, the addition of the walnut helps us to have enough staying power that yes, it's a salted caramel scent, so it's not gonna last for 5 days, but it's so good. I highly, highly recommend this. All right, Oats and Honey. Now, Oats and Honey I'd heard a lot about. I've melted it, I really like it. It's kind of soft, but oh, is it good? It's like toasted oats, and I don't get honey, I get more of just the caramelization of bakery. I love to make these little cookies that are called oatmeal lace cookies. They're just really thin. They're oatmeal with a few things to kind of bind it together. You put them in the oven, you get these little crisps. It's like this. Excellent, excellent bar. And this would be a great mixer. So then another one, which I would actually mix with Oats and Honey to get a true pear cobbler, is this caramel pear crisp. Now I don't get a lot of caramel out of this. When I melt this, I get lots of fresh pear and the nectarine that's in here. So this one I'm undecided if I want to put it in my club. I got 2 bars so I could try it out. It is very nice. I think it's most appropriate for the middle of the summer. And it will go very well with Oats and Honey. Okay, Simply Rose. This is an old bar from a past Bring Back My Bar. Shows you how much I've melted. It is authentic rose. It's very nice if you like rose. Probably mixing this with something. A lot of people recommend a vanilla or a bakery. I'll probably do it with a vanilla in February. I want to compare this to a couple of other things that I've got kicking around in my box for my February melting. I'm gonna try to really think about the florals and about the sweet scents, which I typically avoid. So I think I'll be coming out with a melting basket for February. That's gonna be something like sugar and musk or something like that, so I can get all these things looked at more closely. So if you love rose, you might wanna get one of those. All right, then we have Aussie Plum. Aussie Plum smells amazing in the clamshell. You really get the vanilla. You really get the plum. But when I melted it, I'm hoping it's just my house. I got almost no throw, very little performance out of this, which made me very sad because this is an amazing scent. I hope that other people can do better with this. All right, Bora Blossom. This is so pretty. This is definitely a bedroom scent. Honestly, there are some similarities to shimmer when you melt them. I melted them one day and then the next day in my bedroom. 2 warmers are in there, even though it's a small space, because these bedroom scents, it just, they don't perform super well. Between the 2 of them, I think I'm gonna keep shimmer in my club just because I really enjoyed the scent profile. This one was slightly better in performance. And you never know, I might throw another bar in at the last minute at the end of the month. Very, very nice. It's definitely got some violet. There's like violet leaf and then some lush, soft tropical florals. It's really elegant. Very good scent. Okay. Probably besides the Toffee Butter Crunch and the one that I'll talk to you about in a minute that's coming in my other monthly club or quarterly club, World Traveler. I love this bar. Oh, this came out as a scent in the month, August 2016. I knew I liked it, but you always wonder if your memory serves you well. Oh, it's so good. Everybody says it reminds me of a cologne, which yes, it does, but I get the oak and the berries just like they talk about. And to me, it's just a great home smell. If you want your home to smell kind of old world and rich, I really, really like this. I know it's only for a certain type of person, but this is definitely staying in my club for a while. And then the bar that I don't have because I put it in my quarterly club, which I wasn't supposed to, was Hendrix. Hendrix is my favorite manly smell they've ever made. It's got the patchouli, it's got the pink peppercorn, it's got this wonderful warm earthiness. It's not this cold man smell. For me, Mystery Man is cold, sharp, and aggressive, and I don't like it. I don't mind my Hero because the birch softens some of that cologne-ness, but oh, Hendrix is my favorite. So I cannot wait to get that and stick my nose in it and then melt it all over the house, drive my husband nuts because he doesn't like patchouli, and report back to you guys on that at the very end of the month. Okay, and then the other ones that were in that group of 10 were My Home, which I've melted before. It's a split personality between spice and floral. I don't care for it. And Southern Evening, which is really nice. And if I didn't have so much other stuff that I needed to purchase, I would have thrown in a bar of Southern Evening, but I've already melted it. So I just figured, you know, maybe next time. So that one reminds me a lot of Bow Ties and Bourbon from Bath and Body Works. It's really, really good, especially if you like sort of a cologne scent that's, again, not too heavy, but it's a different road than your Hendrix or your World Traveler as far as a scent that definitely isn't sweet, definitely isn't fruity. And Southern Evening really isn't even woodsy. It's just got musk and complexity, and it's very nice. So I think that that's all the bars. My top 5, and this is very difficult, but Hendrix, World Traveler, Toffee Butter Crunch, Mandarin Moon, and Simply Vanilla. And then my honorable mentions, even though I got 2 bars of Huckleberry and Clementine, it's like my new discovery. I'm excited about it, and it has high scent appeal, but some of the others I like even better. But Huckleberry and Clementine, Midnight Fig, Salted Caramel Cupcake, and Maui Mist, those are the other ones that I would definitely say are they're great. Simply Vanilla is the most versatile, most classic bar, gets the award for the best. Casting spells is the worst ever. And I hope that you guys really, really enjoyed melting these. Then here were some thoughts on some maybe trios. I would call the Princess Trio, your Pink Haze, Shimmer, and Sugar. They always just seem to travel in a pack. Bakery Bliss would be Salted Caramel Cupcake, Oats and Honey, and Toffee Butter Crunch. And then for those of us who really want to go around the world in our armchair, I would recommend Hendrix and World Traveler and Midnight Fig for this really deep, mysterious, like gypsy wagon night. So have a good day, guys, and I will talk to you soon.